Okay, when you divide fractions, you're going to divide the numerator by the denominator. Okay. And remember, your numerator is your top number, and your denominator is your bottom number. Okay, so you're going to also known as the cowboy by the horse. Okay, and you'll see why that's important in a minute. So when you divide, you have your division bracket. Okay, and your cowboy is going to go under the bracket because if you think of this as a house, okay, you want your cowboy to go inside the house or under the bracket, and you want the horse to stay outside so that it doesn't poop on the floor. Okay, so let's look at numbers when this is the case. Okay, here's my cowboy. Here's his nice hat. Okay, here's my nice horse. Okay, so my cowboy goes under my house. Okay, and you need to write this down on your paper. And your horse goes outside. Cowboy goes inside, horse goes outside. Okay. When you're done doing that part, you're going to divide, and you're going to divide using your multiplication chart. So we got 3 and 4. Okay. Okay. For all of these, you're going to add a 0 and a decimal point because not all of them will be decimals. None of them will be whole numbers. Okay. So now, using your multiplication chart, which should be out on your desk. Okay. If I look down the column that has 4s in it, I want to go as close to 30 as I can get without going over. So if I look completely down my column, the closest I can get to 30 would be 28. Okay. And 28 goes 4 and 28 would be 7. Okay. Then I subtract this and I get 2. I have to add a 0 because I have a remainder. Okay. Now I'm still dividing by 4, so find the 4 column again on your multiplication chart. Okay, and move your finger down until you get close to 20, but not over. And you can see that 4 and 20 are an exact match. 4 goes into 25 times. And now I have no remainder left. You have to divide until you get no remainder or until you have 3 digits on top, whichever comes first. Okay, so we could say that 3/4 is the same as 0.75. Flip your paper over and go to the next example on the back. Okay. Remember once again, cowboy and horse. Cowboy goes inside the house, horse stays outside. Okay. Add a decimal and a 0, and we're dividing by 5, so this time you use the 5 column in your multiplication chart. 5 goes into 40 8 times, and I have to have a placeholder. And then I have a remainder of 0, so I'm done. 4/5 equals 0.8. Okay, go to example number 2. Okay. Cowboy goes inside, and the cowboy is 1. And the horse stays outside. Add a decimal point and a 0. Bring up your decimal point. 4 can't go into 1. Okay, look at your multiplication chart. See how many times 4 can go into 10, which is twice. And if I subtract, I get a remainder of 2, which means I have to add a 0 and bring it down. 4 goes into 20 if you look at your multiplication chart 5 times. And now I have a remainder of 0. Therefore, 1/4 equals 0.25. Okay, for this example, 3 is my cowboy, 8's my horse. Add a decimal point and a 0. 8 cannot go into 3. Bring up your decimal point. Look at your multiplication chart. Okay. 8 will go into 33 times, and I'm going to have 24. And when I subtract, I get a remainder of 6. I have to add a 0. 8 can go into 6 7 times, which would be 56. Okay, now I still have a remainder, so I have to keep going. Bring down another 0. 8 can go into 40 if you look at your multiplication chart again, 5 times. And 40 minus 40 is 0. Therefore, 3/8 is 0.375. Okay, I have to divide until I have at least 3 numbers after my decimal point or until I don't have a remainder, whatever comes first. For our class today, you are going to do 2 activities. The first activity is going to be a straight line sheet. You are going to solve each problem and then you're going to connect using lines. Okay. The second is a facing math, and you must color it. You must draw the picture. Both are handed in at the end of the period. Do not leave the classroom with them. I want to see what you got done.